Let's build a pottery kick wheel together. Come on. A good place to begin is to obtain these metal parts, the pillow bearings and the shaft, the straight shaft. Very good. Good. That's good. Very nice. There are two V pulleys like this one used in this build plan, one for the wheel head and one for the flywheel. They're very strong and snug. This little clip gives it away that I'm in China doing this. These boards were green, rough, and inexpensive lumber that I transported on my old bicycle. I got this lumber back to my place and I attempted to set it up so that it could dry straight and flat, which didn't work. The lumber was wet. Some of the boards warped and weren't even usable, but I was very happy with it anyway. This is the sheet of plywood that I bought. It's very nearly a 4x8 sheet of plywood. It was a little thin, 3/4 of an inch would have been better. Look, it's a little needle. It's an old guitar string. Look, it's a pen. Making a circle. It's a cake. It's a wood cake. So these boards in this flywheel are about 79.5 centimeters in diameter. There are about 90 little screws screwing these two layers together, and they're recessed so that the next layer will lay flat. I used a lot of wood glue and a lot of screws on each layer, and I'm quite sure that they won't move at all. However, the plywood might break down in its cellular state. This is a little 26 millimeter center hole bit I used to cut a hole in the flywheel so that the solid shaft could run through here. Like Rod Stewart said, the first cut is the deepest. They say you get what you pay for. I paid for a lot of cavities in the plywood, so I filled them in on the surface with wood glue, and then I sanded them smooth again, and it works fine. Here are a few of the tools I used. They're framed into the picture. Hello, this wheel is 79.3 centimeters. These are 71.5 centimeters tall. These members are 81.5 centimeters long. 81.5. 81.5 around the top. I'm going to put this in here. At this point, the plywood wheel is pretty much finished. It's pretty solid. Here are most of the metal fasteners that are holding the frame together. You can also see the two V pulleys there. The whole frame was deconstructed to sand and to form the edges into round edges. You can see here that the frame is very close to the edge of the wheel head. That was to save floor space. This wheel head is just 2 layers of plywood and they're just screwed together. I didn't use glue on this one because it was laminated on both sides, each layer. You can see these screws underneath here. You can also see this hex key right here. There's a hole drilled into the shaft, well, just a little, an indentation hole drilled into the shaft, so this hex key would go into the shaft, and this would be very tight. It's the same with the flywheel. And there should be a hole drilled to make an indentation so that when this hex key goes in here, it goes into the shaft a little, and it is all tight. It's all good and tight. These 2 footrests are kind of an afterthought. You can make up your own idea for a footrest. I had these pieces of lumber left over from this group, and I just stuck them on here with some blocks. This is 9 centimeter long bolt construction. I think they're 8 millimeters in diameter. This is 12 millimeter head. This is a lag screw. I think it's around 9 centimeters also. And this head is 10 millimeters. The inset was a kind of a spade bit, a wood drill spade bit kind of, and it's about 22 millimeters across to inset here, so that when the thing is tipped over, it won't scratch a floor or something. I'll show you underneath here. And there it is. This is the 22 millimeter spade bit I used to make the indentation in all of these outside frame members. And that's the end. I hope this was useful to you. I enjoyed making it. Have a nice day.